from Tallahassee, Florida. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. So I want to talk about graduate admission waitlist. A lot of people have sent me messages talking about, hey, yeah, this school said they waitlisted me. They said I'm on the wait list. What does that mean? Okay, so let me recap because after school, the deadline for many schools, after students have submitted their application, what they will do is to review the application. Okay, they review the application you have submitted. They say, oh, who are the best fit? Who are those that we will be admitting? And they start sending messages to people that, oh, we'll be accepting you into our program. Congratulations. That's when you start receiving the congratulation messages and the likes. And every school, they know, every school, from their understanding, is that students apply to many schools. Okay, and if students apply to many schools, they can't accept more than one offer. So let's say I'm student A, I apply to 10 schools, 5 schools gave me offer, I will only pick one school. What that means is that for the other schools that gave me offers, the slots will open up. So schools understand this and they put students on wait list and let them know that, hey, you're on the wait list. If and then that means it's possible that we might extend our offers to you. Okay, so it's possible they extend offers to other people in case they get rejected. They want to fill the quota, they want to fill the number of students who will be coming into their graduate program. So they put students on waitlist, those who they think, oh, according to our pool, these students are also good, even though we have some other students that we really actually want to be in the program. If those ones reject, they go to the waitlist. So for those of you who have been put on waitlist, I want to say, don't be afraid. There's a high possibility that you'll be contacted. There's a very high chance that they will definitely get back to you. So the fact that you're on the wait list, it's a progress on its own. It's a progress on its own. Okay. Now, for those of you who have not received any message, don't be afraid too, because it's possible that the deadline for the school you apply to is just, let's say, 15th of January, for example. For such, they are just reviewing those applications. Okay, so if they are just reviewing those applications for you, hey, Nathaniel, you are making noise. So if they are just reviewing those applications for you, if they're just reviewing those applications for you, you should understand that it will take time for them to select those people they want to send messages to. So don't be afraid. Okay, don't be afraid. Of course, some people can receive early message because the student is so good and they don't want to lose that student to other school. So they send a quick message to that student that, hey, we're accepting you, or they quickly do an interview, schedule an interview with such person to know if that person will accept them. That's very possible they do that. But of course, they want to take time to go through the applications, choose those they will send messages to, giving the offer to them, and have those who will be on the wait list. Now, again, that they didn't send a message to you also does not mean you are not on the wait list. Sometimes some schools will not send a message to you that you're on the wait list, I believe, and they'll just put you on the wait list on their own end, and they won't send a rejection message to you. So if you have not received a rejection message, don't be afraid to. There's a possibility. In fact, we've had some students receive their congratulatory message in March. And I will tell you why those dates are very important. I will mention those dates now. Some people have received their congratulatory messages in March, and that is probably most likely because someone rejected their offer and they had to send the offer to someone else. So those who receive rejection offer, it's most likely those they believe, we can't take this student at all. We have our the first list, those we are actually sending the offers to. We have our wait list, and this student does not even fit into our wait list. So they just send rejection offer to such a person. But many schools will even wait to see those who take their offers before sending out rejection to anybody, if those people in that pool qualify, so to speak. Now, April 15 is what they call resolution date. There's something they call, let me read it here. They call it Council of Graduate Schools. So there is a general concession that April 15 should be a time when if I let me read what they just wrote here. They said April 15 resolution is an agreement among secondary graduate school to provide applicants until April 15 to consider offers of admission that include financial support. So the schools, the resolution is like, because we know students have many offers, right, that they have to decide from. Let's not put them under pressure. Let's give them until April 15 every year for them to consider the offers of admission that has financial support. So that means if they give you an admission now, many schools will say you have until April 15 to consider the offer. Okay, because they need to make changes too. If you reject the offer, you reject it as soon as possible so that they can give it to another person who will also have till April 15 to consider that offer. In fact, the resolution said acceptance of offer of financial support such as graduate school. I think I can share screen on YouTube now. Let me share. Where is this Windows? Okay, April 15. So I'm sharing my screen now for you. Yeah. So you are seeing my screen now. Very good. So it said acceptance of an offer. In fact, let me move this up so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is a council uh, for graduate school graduate school. So many graduate schools are part of this resolution. So by April 15, they give it students or candidates till April 15 for them to make their decision. So let me continue reading. It said acceptance of an offer of financial support such as graduate scholarship, fellowship, training, assistantship by prospective or enrolled graduate student for the next academic year completes an agreement that both student and graduate school expect to honor. In that context, the conditions affecting such offers and their acceptance must be defined carefully and understood by all parties. So students are under no obligation to respond to offers of financial support prior to April 15. Earlier deadlines for acceptance of such offer violates the intent of this resolution. So it's an agreement saying we will not pressure you. Okay, we will not pressure you. We'll give you until April 15 to make your decision because you have 10 offers. I know someone who had, I think he had like 10 offers or so. And you know that pressure on you to know which one should I take, which one should I not take, and all those things. But again, it's just to say, let's not pressure this person, let's not pressure this student. Let's give them to April 15 to decide. But if you decide that you are not choosing that school and you reject that offer will become available to someone else, and it's possible that person is on the wait list. Okay, for example, when I was interviewed for a school, one of the things that happened was that they asked me, will I choose their school? Am I sure I'm going to choose their school? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But when FSU gave me my offer, and I knew I wasn't going to choose that school again, and I know another Nigerian who applied to that school, who was probably, and I'm not sure he hasn't been contacted then. I wrote to the school and told them that I have received another offer. I will not accept their offer if they give me again. I won't accept their offer. And before you know it, that my friend, who is also in Nigeria, who applied to the school that I rejected their offer, told me that they contacted him. And the guy is in the school today. I mean, they should be planning to graduate very soon too. So I would say, if you let me beg those who are the very smart, the FAQs, you have multiple offers. Please, if you have accepted an offer and you are going along with that offer, reject the others, because according to this resolution which I shared, some people are just joining. Let me share it again. I know if you watch this video again, you will see it, but let me share it again. According to the resolution which I shared, according to this resolution, they will give you until April 15. They won't pressure you. Okay? They won't pressure you. So now, of course, if you accept an offer before April 15, you can also withdraw that acceptance. Now, I've seen people question me and say, oh, what if I have accepted an offer and a new offer comes? Because the reason why many people stall while they don't want to either decide on an offer is they are expecting another school, right? Maybe I apply to FSU, then I apply to Harvard. And Harvard is a prestigious school. I really want to go to Harvard. FSU gives me an admission, and I don't know if Harvard will give me or not. So I'm stalling. I'm not choosing FSU. I'm still waiting. Now, there's this part that says if a student accepts an offer before April 15 and consequently desires to withdraw that acceptance, the student may submit a written resignation of the appointment at any time through April 15. Okay, so you can submit a resignation. It's like resigning, saying I'm not choosing this again. Okay, applicants are not required to apply a formal release from the program whom they have accepted either before or after the April 15 deadline. I mean, you can decide just not to do anything, but it's always good to inform them that that you are not accepting their offer or that you are rejecting their offer, or even though if you have accepted again, that you are not going in line with it. Okay. So he said once applicants have informed the program that they are withdrawing their acceptance of the offer, they can accept any other offers. They can accept any others. All right. So, but what's the basis of all this? It's just to be our brother's keepers, right? If you are the one that has multiple offers, choose what you want to choose, reject the rest, or something like that, so that people who are on wait list can get in. Because all of this is time bound, okay? And remember, I said many schools have started giving out decisions from this January. I've seen those who have sent me their, what do you call it now, acceptance offer. I rejoiced with them. Many schools will continue to do that, but again, don't be afraid. It's usually dependent on when the deadline is. For some of these people, the deadline was last year, December. Okay, so if you have not received a rejection, there is still hope. If you have not received a rejection, there is still hope. It's possible you might be on a wait list. They may send you a message. I've seen someone who told me they sent him a message that is on the wait list. They may send you a message that you're on the wait list. They may not send you a message. Okay. Now, if you have received a message that you're on the wait list, one thing you can do is to keep communication going with the department, either with the graduate coordinator who sent you the message, or with the, if you have an advisor. This one thing that can help. If you have a what do we call it? Potential advisor, okay, that you've been contacting, speaking to, and the person say, no, I can be your advisor, that's fine. Reach out to them, let them know you have been placed on the wait list and you are still eager and expectant that it will become positive for you. Those advisors can even speak on your behalf to say, oh, I know this student is on the wait list. Oh, this person is rejecting my offer. Can we put this student in? Blah, blah, blah. Because they are humans. They just want students. They just want to feel. They just want students. They don't really care. They know it's life changing for a lot of people, but again, it's what they do year in, year out. It's become part of them. So they just want students to feel the space. That's just what they want to do. Just to feel the space so that they can have students, and then the graduate program can be alive, can continue to whatever. So that's just what they want to do. So you can relate with them on that basis and say, hey, Professor XYZ, I just want to give you an update on my admission, on my application process. I received a message from the graduate coordinator that I've been placed on the wait list for blah, blah, blah session. I'm very grateful for that. And I'm still really expectant. I'm hopeful that it will become positive. And I'm still looking forward to working with you. Okay? So just let it be known that, hey, you are making noise, young man. Just let it be known that you are looking forward to working with him or with her or whoever it is. Okay, that you receive that message and you are still very expectant. So, but again, if you receive many offers, please uh, accept what you want to accept. Once you are sure, reject what you want to reject. As you know, some people will accept an offer and then they will still be, you know, the Nigerian thing now. You accept, let's say you have 5 offers, then you accept one offer, then you hold the other 4 like, hey, if I go and reject these ones now, I don't know what will happen. Or let me just hold on until I get my visa before rejecting those offer. I understand that thing. I understand those things. But again, you'll be doing a lot of people, and they are not pressuring you. They won't pressure you to accept or reject until April 15th. Okay. And I know another question that might come in. Okay, what happens if if I don't accept by April 15th? Will they reject for me or something? There is a frequently asked question page here. Let me see. So if they see, so there are different questions that are here. Let me share my screen again. You should go to the website. You should go to the website and see it for yourself. But let me share my screen again. That'll be the last thing I'll do before I end. Okay. So, what if an applicant accepts an offer of financial support, they want to accept an offer from a different program or institution? So there's that answer there. Okay, you can find it there. You just write have to withdraw from first one, and then okay, so they actually said there that starting in fall 2020, applicants are no longer required to obtain a formal release from the program whose offer was accepted, either before or after April 15 deadline. Once they have accepted, informed the program that they are withdrawing, they can accept any other offer. So it doesn't have to be in letter writing and all those things. Okay. So many questions. It does not apply to medical or law school. Okay. I'm trying to see that part that talks about okay, they didn't answer that question about what if you didn't make any decision before then. If you didn't make any decision before then anyway, automatically I think they might be justified to give your, they might probably remind you and maybe justify to give your place to someone else. I don't know. Acceptances received by end of day April 15 salary should be honored, even if they cannot run on to the business day. Okay. So you can just go through this website and see for yourself. I hope you can see the website here. All right, let me just stop sharing. All right, let me just quickly take a few questions before I go. So, Junior, you're Asante, you're asking, so please, for programs that require interview before admission, can an individual be admitted without an interview in case the person is on the wait list? If you're on the wait list, they most likely will send you a message for interview if another person has rejected the offer. If the admission really requires an interview, they most likely will interview you. Okay, and it's also possible to be interviewed and placed on a wait list. Okay, that's also a possibility. Okay, so that's also a possibility. Okay, so for those who want the website, let me type it. Resolution. So let me put the website in the chat box so that those who want to see the website, you can go through it and then see it for yourself. All right. So Samuel, you can see the website. Confirm that you can see the website in the chat. I just sent it there. All right. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's nice. All right. Let me spend 1 minute waiting for another question. I believe you will see. Okay, they even have a sample letter to send to schools and administration, blah blah blah. PDF of the resolution, a list of all those schools who are part of the resolution, and the likes. I don't think it's all schools that are on that list. I don't know, but it looks like just a good number of schools. I mean, my school is there. Many admission letters I've seen from US institution for graduate program, they usually say you have until April 15th to make a decision. So that's an indication that many of those schools are there too. All right. This thing is mirroring me. This my right hand is showing as left on my screen. Okay, this left is showing as right. All right. On video interviews, I don't know what do you mean by video interviews. Video interviews that I know mean just a video, maybe use Zoom. So yeah, if you want to do video interviews with them, just make sure you have a good internet, make sure your webcam is nice, make sure everything is clear, you have good lighting, make sure all those things are in place. Then you can do your video interviews. Is that the question you're asking, Junior? Make doing video interviews with Zoom. People use Google Meet now. People use whatever. But I think most institutions use Zoom now. So just make sure you have a good internet connection. Make sure you dress well, you speak well. They just want to hear you. They want to listen to your spoken English. If you be getting an assistantship, they want to see if you can communicate well. Because if you get an assistantship, you'll be teaching other students, right? So they want to be sure you can communicate with students. You can your reading skill, hearing skill, writing skill, on all those things. They just want to be sure of that too. And they also want to be sure that you have the program of interest. They want to be sure you have an alternative in the case where the program you applied for is not available. Someone sent me a message recently, maybe 2 days or 3 days ago, and the person was talking about the school. The school said even though he applied for this program, but they can't take him from the program, and they were giving him an option if he would love to take this other option. That's some of the things they can do in an interview too. I mean, those were some of the things I was told when I was interviewed. What I chose, there are a lot of they don't take too many people for that program. Like they take 2 or 3 people per year, and they fill that slot. And they were asking if I would do another research area in their school, and I said yes, why not? I mean, let me do it. It's physics, and then I said yes. So those are some of the things they may talk about during the interview, and of course your basic knowledge. You want to know everything you wrote about in your SOP, your application, the experiences you said you have or you have talked about in your application. You want to be able to talk about it in person. You want to be able to say it. You understand? They want to hear you say it with examples, things you have done before, things you have done. I mean, just things you have done written in your application. You want to be able to defend it. Basically, that's what the interview is all about. You want to be able to defend it and know about some basics in your field. So they can ask you some very simple question in your field. You don't want to fumble in that regard. So aside reviewing everything you submitted, know your basic too. Know your basic. Take this. Okay, so yeah, I think I've seen something like that too, where they say they give you 5 minutes to talk about something. Yeah, that's a possibility too. In that regard, just record something nice and then talk about what they are asking. It's basically what's the word now? It's basically what an interviewer will ask you. Those are the same questions. They may say in 5 minutes, make a video, send us a video of you talking about your research project, your research work. So basically, just make that video. You can use your phone, make the video, introduce yourself. Hey, I'm Samuel Ajayi, blah blah blah. I finished from the University of so. Then start talking about your research there. Talk about your background in whatever course. Then talk about the research you have done. Talk about all those things. Now, in that case, you have have the opportunity of reviewing things yourself before you send it. When you make the video, watch it again, listen to it. Does it make sense what you have said? And will it convince anyone? Maybe play it to a friend, let a friend listen to it. Does it make sense? Will it convince anyone? Does it show boldness and the like? Just to talking about whatever they have asked you within that time. So, I mean, I don't know if that is good or not, if that is better than a real interview or not. I don't know. But again, if that is what the school is requesting for, yeah, do it. Sure. It's what you can do. You're very much welcome. You're very much welcome. All right. In the case there is no more question, I just said I should talk about the waitlisting, talk about rejection. Don't be afraid if you have not received any message yet. It's possible you are being considered. It's possible they've not made the decision. It's possible you're on the wait list. So far, you have not received a rejection. It's not a lot. I mean, all hopes are not lost. All hopes are not lost. All right. Thank you so much for joining in today. I really appreciate. If you have time tomorrow on Twitter space, it's for opportunities abroad, study opportunities abroad. What's the time I put it again? I'll have to check. I think it's 5 p.m. Nigerian time. If I am 5 p.m. Nigerian time tomorrow, Friday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. If you can join, one of the main things I'll be talking about is loan options. Okay, and this loan option will work well, especially for people who are looking towards UK. Towards UK, I'm bringing some people do this loan thing. Not necessarily the popular ones, but those who are really into it now, and then the one who helps. They've been helping students into the UK already, but uh, knowing that many students need loan options now, they are bringing that loan option, and it's relatively easy with UK. So if you can join tomorrow, it will be a nice time on Twitter. It's a Twitter space. I'll love to see you there. All right, if no question now, thank you so much for joining in. God bless you. Real good. Have a nice time. And please don't forget to like this video. When you like, you can share. We're trying to grow this channel this year. So please share with friends, like it. When you like it, YouTube recommend it to more people. That means, oh, this thing makes sense. People are liking it, then YouTube recommends it more to people. Share it with friends, share with people, those you think who might need to hear this. Anybody you know who has made an application, graduate school application, please share it with them. It will allay their fears at least to know that things are still under control. I have no reason to fear now. All right, thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate. God bless you. Real good.